4 months after suffering severe burns in a training exercise, a Northwest Iowa firefighter is back home tonight.
And first responders lined the streets of Hospers, Iowa to welcome this hero home. KTIV's Nathan Price takes us there.
The sight of fire trucks along any road would usually mean something is wrong. But this gathering of first responders was cause for celebration. These first responders wanted their smiling faces to be the first thing firefighter Phil Zutenhorst saw as he returned home to Hospers following treatment for burns he suffered in a training accident last November.
And here in town, people took to the streets with signs and American flags waving, showing Zutenhorst just how much he's loved and how much he was missed by his community.
Phil's been a big part of our community for a long time. He's been a volunteer firefighter for many, many years. Good friend of my husband who's the fire chief here in town, so a lot of love and support for him. And I actually got a little tearful seeing everybody come out. That was great to see all the support.
Community members say they are glad to have Zutenhorst back in town, as he is so often one of the first people to show up to help those who need it. So it's only right that they show up for him.
It feels amazing because I didn't know how many people loved and supported Phil.
And if he didn't know either, he surely does now. Welcome home, Phil. In Hospers, Iowa, Nathan Price, KTIV News 4.
Zutenhorst spent the last 4 months being treated at St. Elizabeth Burn Center in Lincoln and Madonna Rehabilitation.